In today's video, we will be talking about the best jobs to enter with a business major. I have 4 career paths to talk about today, all using slightly different types of skills, so there's something for everyone. And we will be talking about what the role consists of, how people generally enter it, and the career trajectory and compensation related to each and every level. So the first job I'll talk about for business students is management consulting. Management consultants help companies improve their overall performance and operations, which can honestly mean a lot of different things, so you can think of them as problem solvers for different businesses. The vast majority of people entering management consulting come from some type of schooling, generally MBA programs. The bulk of the people at these firms are people who are 1 to 3 out of their MBA programs, and the second largest feeder is people out of undergraduate. There are certain consulting firms like Accenture, Deloitte, Bain who tend to hire larger amounts of analyst classes as opposed to other firms who hire more from the MBA crowd. So if you join in management consulting, what does your career path look like? What does your compensation look like? And how do you rise to the top? So at the lowest level, there are analysts. These people generally are analysts for 2 to 3 years, and their compensation ranges from $60,000 to $100,000. As an analyst, you do the bulk of the data work, so you'll generally be working with PowerPoint presentations or doing data analysis. At the next level, there are associates. Associates are usually hired either right out of an MBA program or promoted from the analyst position. Associates are given a bit more responsibility. They're still doing a lot of the number crunching and presentations. However, they're given a little bit more freedom and responsibility to provide recommendations to clients. Trainers for these positions are generally 2 to 3 years, and they will usually be making somewhere around $150,000 to $200,000. Next up on the management consulting hierarchy are project leaders. Project leaders are usually either promoted internally or promoted up from the associate level. The project leader's responsibility is to make sure that all the work streams are running smoothly and that the client is informed of any updates. It's a lot more of a managerial role and a lot more client-facing compared to the analyst and the associate, and they spend a lot of their time updating senior people within the team, the client, as well as managing the analyst and associate's work streams. Project leaders can generally expect to earn anywhere from $200,000 to $300,000. And next up in the hierarchy, you have the principal. Principals are responsible for all phases of the project and are supposed to be the one to manage the client's expectations. They need to have strong opinions on the overall recommendation of the team, as well as review the team's analyses. Again, tenures for this position tend to be around 2 to 3 years, and they can expect to earn around $250,000 to $350,000. And at the highest level within a consulting firm, you have the partner. Partners are usually promoted after spending a decade or more at the firm. Partners are expected to be industry experts in the fields that they're in, and they're expected to be the ones who pull in the clients and keep the client relationships. That's why they're often not on just one project, but many at a time. Partner salaries are generally $450,000 and above. So second job to consider is an investment team at a hedge fund. So a lot of people are drawn to the idea of a hedge fund because of the money associated with it, but a lot of people also don't understand exactly how the hierarchy works or what the work you'll be doing is. In order to do well, you have to be passionate about the public markets. You gotta be the type of person who enjoys trading stocks and reading up on different companies. On the negative side, the hours can be on the longer and more stressful side, and job security can also be low. The investment team at a hedge fund is essentially the one who generates and evaluates ideas for investment decisions. Larger hedge funds sometimes recruit straight from school campuses, or otherwise people can join after already having experience in investment banking, equity research, asset management, or sales and trading. MBAs usually don't help so much. Let's talk about the hierarchy. At the lowest level, you have the junior analyst. This is generally the level you're at if you find an offer right out of undergraduate. Your tasks involve a mix of financial modeling, gathering data, monitoring existing investments. You generally have less independence. And this is because you don't have any prior experience. You'll generally have less interaction with more senior people, and at this level, your compensation will usually range from around $100,000 to $150,000 between your salary and your bonus. And this will be your tenure for the next 2 to 3 years. At the next level, you have the hedge fund analyst. At this point, you have people who move up internally, but also a lot of people who jump over from other career paths, such as investment banking. They'll have similar roles to your junior analyst role, but a lot more independence. You'll be the one responding to questions from more senior people, generating investment ideas, and monitoring industry and company trends. At this level, your base salary generally starts at around $150,000, and the bonus really ranges. For all-in compensation, you can generally expect around the $250,000 range. You're usually at this level for around 3 to 4 years, and pay is largely dependent on the performance of the fund. Next up in the hierarchy is the hedge fund senior analyst. If you perform well in your initial years, you'll be promoted to being a senior analyst, and at this level, you'll often start to specialize in a specific sector, industry, or strategy. You'll spend a lot of your time pitching ideas to portfolio managers and asking more junior analysts to flesh those ideas out and support them. You spend a lot more time on management rather than number crunching at this level. You can generally expect to make somewhere around $500,000 at this point, with the majority of your pay coming from your bonus, and again, largely dependent on the performance of the fund and yourself. And finally, you have the portfolio manager. This is usually the top position, and responsibilities involve managing a certain amount of assets to invest. The portfolio manager makes the final trading decisions and monitors the entire portfolio. The portfolio manager has to think about what percent of assets under management should be allocated to different ideas and focus a lot more on risk management in case there's a market meltdown. They also need to spend a lot more time marketing their fund and talking to investors, answering their questions, and trying to get them to invest. Pay at this level depends almost 100% on performance, which means that they can make anywhere from a few $100,000 to millions. On average, you can expect for a portfolio manager who's performing decently well at a mid-sized firm to earn anywhere from $500,000 to $3 million. Next on the list, we have wealth management. So what is wealth management? Wealth management is an advisory service where a wealth manager provides high net worth individuals with financial advice. At an entry level, a business degree is sufficient to enter wealth management. However, many people also get an MBA and join at a higher level. If you want to join wealth management from a different career, usually having some sort of sales or investment experience is very beneficial. So let's talk about the hierarchy. At the lowest level, you have the assistant relationship manager. You generally start off in this role not advising clients, but helping the actual relationship manager with their clients. The role involves a lot of collecting and vetting client documents like ID proof, net worth statements, and any other documents required. You'd assist the relationship manager with tasks like analysis, compliance, and learn as much as possible before you start to serve your own clients. This is like the trial phase for you. Assistant relationship managers generally earn less than $100,000 per year, but this can increase quickly when you rise up. However, to become a full-fledged relationship manager, it can take years. You basically have to show that you have the right personality and you can handle day-to-day tasks without constant supervision. And once you're officially a full-fledged relationship manager or wealth manager, that's when you have a client base of your own and you can continue to build off of that. At first, you'll likely be given less wealthy clients, particularly if another more senior member of the team leaves. They'll oftentimes leave their clients for the rest. Your role will consist of advising existing clients on how to maximize their wealth through recommending relevant products and services. You're going to be creating financial plans for them, and that's going to be based on the client's goals and targets. At more senior levels in this position, you can expect to earn $500,000 and up, even reaching millions if you build such strong connections with your clients that the only reason the client is at this bank is because of you. And the last job is investment banking. I've made a lot of other videos already on investment banking and the structure, hierarchy, and compensation that you'll find in the role, so I will link those in the description box below. Please check them out. I won't go too in depth in this video. However, I'll briefly go over the career path and what you're expected to do at different levels. So a vast majority of people joining investment banking come from either undergraduate MBA programs or laterally from other banks or relevant industries. The typical hierarchy for investment banking starts with an analyst, and the analyst is generally the one who will be doing the financial modeling, doing PowerPoint presentations, and managing all of the comments and workflows that come through. At an analyst level, you can generally expect to be making anywhere from $120,000 to $180,000. Analysts are usually in this position for around 2 to 3 years before they get promoted to the associate level. And at the associate level, you have a lot of people coming in from MBA programs who are hired directly, as well as people who are internally promoted from being an analyst. Associates still need a lot of the same skills as analysts in terms of crunching numbers, but their focus shifts to communication. An associate needs to be able to process communication between senior bankers and analysts and spend a great deal of their time smoothing things over and quality checking work. Associates can generally make upwards of $250,000. And at the next level, you have vice presidents. Vice presidents really center on 2 types of responsibilities, and that's managing the actual pitch book and deck that's sent to the client and starting to manage client relationships to an extent as well. The responsibility of a VP is more like a team coach. This is the person who is delegating work and making sure that everything's running smoothly, but in general, they don't get into the actual nitty-grittiness of the work or the number crunching. That's usually up to the analyst and the associate. They'll spend part of their day talking with clients and another part of the day catching up with their junior deal teams, as well as informing the managing directors on how the work is going. Salaries at this level generally range because your bonus becomes a large factor into your salary. However, at this level, VPs can generally expect to earn above $350,000. And at the next level, you have the executive director. The executive director is oftentimes one of the highest positions that you can get in investment banking, and this is because a lot of times people don't move to managing director, which is the highest level. When you become an executive director, a lot of your job revolves around forming relationships with clients. They often spend a lot of their time traveling and meeting clients, as well as trying to form their own client relationships too. At this level, pay is generally above $450,000 and oftentimes much more. You can generally expect to be an executive director for around 3 to 4 years before being potentially promoted to a managing director. When you become a managing director, you essentially are responsible for a lot of the profitability of the bank itself. You're the one who's bringing in the client relationships, you're the one who's bringing in the deals, and a managing director has to be aware of where everything's moving. Managing directors spend a lot of their time traveling, meeting clients, having meetings, as well as speaking with their deal teams and providing comments to the deal team. And those mark 4 career paths for business majors. Each and every one of these career paths utilize different types of skills and are good for different types of personalities. All of these jobs offer great career potential, high salaries, especially for people just out of undergraduate, and a lot of future potential in salary appreciation as well. Speaking of careers, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creators. You can explore new skills, deepen existing passions, and just get lost in your own creativity. Skillshare has a class called Finding Fulfillment, Using Pivots to Power Your Creative Career with Emma Gannon. She discusses the process of how you can make your own pivot in your own career towards a more happy and fulfilled life. While this class focuses on rediscovering more creative passions, it's still incredibly important to find exactly what makes you passionate to figure out which career path might be the best for you. The first 1,000 subscribers to click the link in the description box below will get a free trial to premium membership, which gives you unlimited access to all of their classes. Let me know if you guys have any other questions in the comments down below. If you found this video helpful, please remember to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you want more personalized advice from me, check out my Patreon at patreon.com/AngelaSunX3. I offer one-on-one sessions, interview prep, and a Discord community channel too. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!